everyone! Today is day 2 of Cloudberry's week. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is a really cool one, where we'll get to see Goosefeather's abilities in action. While he's still only a kit, I'll give you a little background on what's happening leading up to this scene. So, Cloudberry asked this apprentice, Swiftpaw, to help her gather some herbs, and she sent her out earlier in the morning, but never heard back from her. As time passes, the cats of the clan begin to worry that nobody can find Swiftpaw. During the panic, Goosekit is visited by a brown tom that he doesn't recognize. The tom tells Goosekit that Swiftpaw is just below the sunning rocks, tangled in reeds, and that she needs help. Goosekit alerts the clan, telling them where Swiftpaw is, and a patrol is dispatched to investigate. Luckily, they were able to find Swiftpaw. She's slime-covered and dripping wet. Goosekit's quick revelation saved her life. But everyone has questions. How did this kid know where the missing apprentice was? He had never ventured from camp. Very suspicious. Well, I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 118 through 123 of Goosefeather's Curse. Pineheart stood over Goosekit, looking stern. There are no other dark brown tabbies in ThunderClan, Goosekit. Really? Who told you where Swiftpaw was?
Goosekit looked around, wishing the amber-eyed warrior would appear from the shadows. I told you! I don't know his name!
Daisytoe left her sister licking slime from Swiftpaw's fur and came over to stand beside Pineheart. You have to tell the truth, she meowed. Have you been outside the camp on your own? Is that how you knew where Swiftpaw had gone?
No, Goosekit yowled. I'm telling the truth.
There was a faint scent of herbs as Cloudberry patted over.
I don't think we need to make a fuss about it, she rasped. Swiftpaw is back, and that's what matters, Daisytoe. Go help Flashnose clean her up before I take a look at her leg. Goosekit, you come with me.
And then Cloudberry and Dostar begin to ask Goosekit a lot of questions. They ask him what the warrior looked like, and he tells them again. It's all very strange, because the cat that Goosekit describes is not a living cat. Dostar leaves Cloudberry to question him further.
Cloudberry gazed around the clearing. Are there any cats here now whose names you don't know? Goosekit shrugged. Was he going to get in trouble for not knowing the names of every one of his clanmates? There were so many of them. It's okay if you don't know, Cloudberry urged him gently, as if she could tell what he was thinking. Goosekit narrowed his eyes against the bright sun. Well, the black and white cat washing himself by High Rock? I think he's an apprentice. There's an elder who tells great stories. I don't know her name, but she often comes to see me in the nursery. She has brown fur and green eyes. And there's a cat beside Nettlebreeze, who I haven't seen before. Beside him, Cloudberry tensed. Tell me about this cat, she whispered. Goosekit wondered if Cloudberry was losing her sight. She's got pale orange fur, a white belly, 4 white paws, and she's watching him as if he was just a kid. He purred with amusement at the thought of cranky ancient Nettlebreeze ever being in the nursery. Cloudberry nudged Goosekit's shoulder. Let's go ask Nettlebreeze if he knows her name. She started to walk across the clearing. Goosekit trotted beside her, thinking it would be more polite to speak to the ginger cat directly. As they reached the Elder's Den, Cloudberry hissed. Let me do the talking. She raised her voice. Hello, Nettlebreeze. You look comfortable out here. Tell me, do you know a pale orange she-cat with a white belly and white paws? The fur rose along Nettlebreeze's spine. That's my mother, Dawnfeather, he growled. Why are you asking about her? Has she spoken to you from StarClan? StarClan? Goosekit yelped. But she's right! Cloudberry clamped her tail over Goosekit's mouth. She wanted to ask me to tell you that she's watching over you, Nettlebreeze. All is well. The old ginger Tom grunted and put his chin back in his paws. It's a nice thought, I'm sure, he muttered, closing his roomy eyes. Goosekit bounced on his toes as Cloudberry steered him across the clearing to her den. They plunged through the soft green ferns and entered the den beside the broad expanse of rock. Cloudberry sat down and curled her tail over her paws. You can talk now, she puffed. What's going on? Goosekit squeaked. That orange she-cat was beside Nettlebreeze all the time. Why couldn't he see her? Because she's dead,
Cloudberry replied, fixing her yellow gaze on Goosekit.
She died many seasons ago, before I came to ThunderClan. She shifted her bony haunches on the dusty ground. The striped brown Tom who told you where Swiftpaw was. I think that was B-Tail. He was Oakstar's deputy when I arrived. He was a great warrior, wise and kind. He was? Goosekit echoed. You mean he's dead too? Cloudberry nodded.
As are the other cats you described. The black and white apprentice and the brown elder. I don't know who they are. They must have lived in ThunderClan a long time ago. Only you can see them. No one else.
That's not fair! Goosekit whimpered. Why can't I see all the dead cats?
I don't know, Cloudberry admitted.
StarClan didn't tell me.
She rolled a piece of moss under her paw until it crumbled.
You have a great gift, Goosekit,
she meowed softly, but it's not one that all cats will appreciate. You must keep it to yourself. Do you understand?
Goosekit tipped his ear. But they might like to know that their ancestors are here in camp.
There was a flash of temper in Cloudberry's eyes. It doesn't work like that, she spat. Warriors are raised to be suspicious of anything that doesn't come from the warrior code, and preferably within their own boundaries.
Goosekit suddenly remembered what his mother had told him about Cloudberry, and how she had come to RiverClan after the ThunderClan medicine cat Ravenwing was murdered. Had the ThunderClan cats been unwelcoming at first, even though they needed a new medicine cat?
Cloudberry stood up and was pacing anxiously around the cave. You will have to become my apprentice, she mewed, jerking his thoughts back to the present. Hopefully, StarClan will guide me to train you how to use your gift. Cloudberry went on. She stopped and stared at him. What do you think, Goosekit? Would you like to be a medicine cat? Somehow I feel like she's kind of asking that like a rhetorical question. Like, it really doesn't matter what he answers. He's becoming her apprentice. He has no choice in the matter. So now Cloudberry is aware of Goosekit's ability to see dead cats. A very odd power that other cats may find upsetting. She urges him to keep his knowledge to himself, and tells him that he may be able to better serve his clan as a medicine cat. So it was quite the day. Cloudberry snatches herself up this little haunted kit of 4 moons to be her apprentice. Yeah, he's only 4 moons old when he becomes her apprentice. Isn't that crazy? I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you think of Cloudberry's suggestions to Goosekit. Do you think that him keeping his abilities to himself was the best thing? Maybe for the sake of other cats' sanity, but I think it was damaging for him. Keeping this ability secret from others distanced him from the rest of his clan, and made him more of an outsider. And since he was instructed to keep this a secret by Cloudberry, he never really was able to open up to anyone and form any true friendships. I feel bad for little Goosekit, don't you? Anyways, let me know what you think down below. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's drawing and theory. Make sure to check out the video on the side of our last speed paint. And click that subscribe button and little bell icon so that you can always be notified when we upload, so that you can be part of #EarlyClan. Down below in the description will be links to our eBay and Etsy stores, where cool merch items are available for purchase. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon for the next speed paint. Bye-bye!